Alright, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachach Korash, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Wa'akwat, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity under the video through the Spirit. Your brother Malak from GMS Detroit. And this one right here, direct response to the elder brother, the head of the Baltimore, Maryland camp, the brother Karatazah. Nathaniel did this horrible breakdown on what the image of the beast is and how it speaks. So it's just going to be a correction, right? What is the image of the beast and how does it speak? And this guy, man, routinely and historically, he changes the breakdown every 6 months. This guy has gone through more Mark of the Beast breakdowns than, LeBron then switched teams. Like, the shit's a joke. And nobody under him says, wait a minute, man, that's not what it was a minute ago. Wait a minute, man, that's not what it was in 2016. Wait a minute, man, that's not what it was in 2018. Why? Because they're a bunch of brain-dead zombies, like the elder Apostle Torah always says. So we're just going to give some clarification. What is the image of the beast, and how does the beast speak? How does that image speak? So let's see what he says it is. Then we'll give a proper breakdown.
They gave that image the life of Christ. They didn't say, oh, this is Caesar Borgia and worship him. No, they said this is Jesus Christ. They gave the life of Christ to the image of Caesar Borgia.
That the image of the beast should both speak.
Now, how does that image speak? Give me the next video. Give me that video. This is how that image speaks. This goes back to Esau's technology, their science. Yep.
So I'm going to stop just for a split second. His technology and science is dealing with his miracles, the things he's able to perform in this world, right? Surgeries, phones, traveling, right? War capabilities, goddamn skin grafting. His miracles, his technology and science is not connected to his image and how the image speaks. Watch what this guy's about to say.
I guess they're gonna block us too. Let me just jump ahead. Go ahead to just skip ahead. Let me see something.
Today, in your hearing, the scriptures are fulfilled.
Oh, God. All right, cut that thing off. So when we go back to Revelation 13, this is how this image speaks. They find an actor who looks similar to Caesar Borgia and put him in their movies and quotes the words of Christ.
And he causes all.
That has to be the most retarded breakdown I've ever heard on this subject. They hire a white actor to make him look like the so-called white Jesus Christ and have him quote the Lord's words from the scriptures. That's how the image of the beast speaks? Are you fucking serious? And you niggas is clapping your fins like seals with a balance on a beach ball on your nose. The motherfuckers in the crowd. He can't be serious. He can't be serious. I'm sorry, I had a phone call. Let this play out.
Of Christ.
And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond.
Meaning what? Small nations and great nations of people. Read it again.
Yes, sir. And he causes all, both small and great.
Small nations and great nations. Meaning what? Third world nations. Okay? You have free world nations also. Go ahead.
Rich and poor.
Incorrect.
Rich nations and poor nations. Still
Incorrect. It's not dealing with nations, it's dealing with people, literally. small and great, people of great status, people of lesser status, rich, poor, literally. Niggas in jail, niggas out on the street free. Come on, man.
Going into the free nations and third world.
He's incorrect.
Go ahead.
free in bond,
Free in bond. Go ahead.
to receive a mark in their right hand
A nation can't take a mark in its hand.
or in their foreheads.
What's in your forehead? Your brain. Meaning what? They would teach a philosophy to us for us to believe in.
Incorrect. And he's already changed this. So he just a pancake.
And when it says, or in our hand, in our right hands, we would support it. We would support whatever they taught us. So this mark is going into their policies. That's what it's going into. Their policies. Go
And
ahead.
that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Another phrase for buying and selling. That's what the mark is making reference to. Buying and selling. That deals with trade. That deals with commerce. Like you got the WTO, World Trade Organization. That's one organization.
So I'm gonna stop it there. We're dealing with the image and how it speaks. He said it was a picture of Edomites dressing up as the Lord and quoting his words. That's horribly incorrect, y'all. Horribly incorrect. First off, what is the image of the beast? Let's go to Revelation 13. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Revelation 13. Let me get this. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. That guy's something else. Revelation 13 and 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So what I'm going to go do is what I always like to do when I bring up what the image of the beast is. I'm going to pull up this pictorial that one of the brothers have put together. Then we're going to go grab a video off of YouTube, right, to help show you something. But what is the image? The system of Rome, right? The system of the culture of the Greco-Roman empires, right? A collection of his philosophies, policies, right? Sexual deviancy, military, a combination of that ancient system adopted from Rome or Greco-Roman culture and revived today by way of America. That is what the image is. It's not a literal picture or a painting. It's an entire idea and a way of life, traditions. So let me pull up this picture real quick. Right, and this is what I like to go to. Combination of those ancient philosophies adapted from Greece and Rome, mainly Rome, right? Democracy, religion, idolatry, homosexuality, lies, adultery, covetousness, the financial system, patriotism, need for natural resources, Hollywood entertainment, political system, military, industrial complex, murder. And hey, you know, the past couple months I did the videos with things that America adopted from Rome. The idea of fast food, right? The ID and passport system that America has adopted from Rome. These are things that are part of the image. It's not a literal painting. It's not a literal picture. It's traditions and the culture of ancient Rome reestablished in the world today that people live under, the apparel, the language, the things that people believe in. And this, you know, this is just a little small comprehensive list, you know, a brother put together. Yep, okay, and these are dealing with the heads and whatnot. So coming back here, you know, I just always keep this in the stockpile. If you had to quickly sum up, you know, things that make up the image of the beast, because it's not just one thing. You know, we use the broad term system of Rome to explain it quickly, but I always just like to go here to go into the minor details. All right, so this guy, man. Now, let's do this real quick. We'll take it back to the third verse. We know that America is Rome revived. And so it revived that ancient energy back into the world, right? This is the what verse? You tell me. Take a crazy guess. What verse you think it is? Revelation 13:3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wandered after the beast. What head was that? That of Rome. It was wounded. How was it healed? By way of America. The literal wording in the so-called Constitution, many of the terms, the so-called legalese, comes from Latin words, terms that we use in court, right? Modus operandi, quid, what was that? Quid co pro. What are some other ones? All these different little Latin phrases. Even though the names that we give for animal species, right? You do it based off of the Latin terminology. So this is that kingdom revived. So now let's go to YouTube real quick. Right here, we'll do this. Some shorts I played from the last time.
Ever wonder why America seems obsessed with the Roman Empire? You'd be surprised how deep the connection runs. From the towering columns of the Capitol building to the architecture of courthouses, the influence of Roman design is all around us. We may not realize it.
The influence of Roman design is all around us.
But we walk through Rome's legacy daily. But it's not just the buildings. America's ideas of democracy, justice, and military power come straight from Roman ideals. The Romans built one of the first great republics, and America saw itself as a modern version of that powerful system. And let's not forget Hollywood's obsession. Movies like Gladiator and Spartacus continue to captivate us with stories of Roman heroes, battles, and epic drama. So, why do we keep thinking about the...
How are the US and ancient Rome similar? Politically and socially, the USA is in many ways an advanced version of the Roman Republic. The two-party system was present in Rome, called the optimates and the populares, and the office of president is very similar to that of the Roman consuls. The idea of judges, juries, and defense attorneys was originally Athenian. However, the Romans adopted, developed, and popularized the idea. Basically, the US government and legal frameworks are based on Roman designs. Moving on to the social aspects, Roman leadership loved to keep the population satisfied by holding sports events like chariot racing and gladiator games. Sound familiar? The USA has both of these in the form of car racing and the UFC. Finally, Christmas, weddings, Christianity, and the modern calendar all have their roots deep in Roman culture.
So we see how many of the things that we have today here come straight from Rome. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I worry that America will fall.
Come on.
Worry that America will trajectory to what Rome did by trashing everything that made them special in the first place in order to become the world's hegemon. I'm not worried at all about the US as a player on the world stage, being replaced by India or China. Those countries have incredibly serious problems we don't hear about. The US remains technologically, economically, socially, militarily, and culturally dominant today, while it is entirely self-sufficient for resources, has the most stable demographics of any country in the developed world.
And he's being sarcastic when he's making these statements, but it's similar to how Rome was, right? Running the world, and then found themselves getting run down.
It's also the most religious, which carries a lot of benefits. America could very easily rule the world for the next 500 years. Nations are held together by common blood, shared goals, shared enemies, and shared political systems. Rome became a giant multi-ethnic empire, lost its religion, defeated all its enemies, and became an authoritarian socialist state. 1/3 of Americans are non-religious, we've defeated the Indians, Nazis, or Soviets, and we are becoming less and less of a functioning democracy every day.
Right, so you're seeing how this is the same thing all over again. The many different connections, and I'll get this real quick. Ecclesiastes 1, verse 9 says what? The thing that hath been is that which shall be, and the thing which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. So people are reincarnated, right? Come back doing the same things. So the same people who were back running ancient Rome, they're running this bitch, and they're running it in the very same format. All right. So that's dealing with the image. Now, how does the image speak? Let's go back to that verse in Revelation 13. It says what? He had power to give life unto the image of the beast. So they set this kingdom up in a fashion of ancient Rome, the customs, the culture, the philosophies, the way of life. It says that the image of the beast should both speak, and calls that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So how does it speak? Right? And if you've been around, you've heard the apostles give the breakdown, apostles and elders and bishops. How does the image of the beast speak? Through what? Congress passing laws by way of Senate and enforcing them, aka civil law. The laws that they force upon the citizens domestically and internationally, right? And so who comes in handy? The beast. What is the beast? EU, NATO. If you don't do what you're told, you suffer. It can either be financial penalties or it can be your life. That is how the image speaks. The image speaks by way of the passing of the laws that it forces people on this earth to keep. So now I want to get something out of Maccabees real quick to show you a similarity. If you were in league with ancient Rome, they would establish you. But if you pissed off the ancient Romans, they would put you the fuck down. All right, that's the point of the beast. The beast don't show up to negotiate. The beast shows up to bust domes out. Let me get this out of Maccabees. Yep. So we know this is dealing with Romans, right? The kingdom of Rome, right? Empire. Verse 1. You jump down. It says what? Verse 11. It says it was told them besides how they destroyed and brought under their dominion all other kingdoms and isles that at any time resisted them, but with their friends and such as relied upon them, and that they had conquered kingdoms both far and nigh, and so much as all that heard their name were afraid of them. Also that whom they would help to a kingdom, those reign, and whom again they displace. Finally, that they were greatly exalted. Right. So if you worship the image, if you do as you're told, you'll be kept. If you go against the image, you'll be displaced. How do they displace folk? Assassination, coups, right? They tried to take out Castro ass, right? But they made sure your boy Muammar Gaddafi, he tried to do what? Set up a gold standard, right? He didn't want to deal with the petrodollar. What happened to him? He got displaced. Libya is through now. He didn't want to worship the image of the beast. He didn't want to align himself with the system of Rome, and found himself unalived, as the kiddies say these days. All right. So let's jump. Let's get some scriptures now, proving that this man, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he's been given the power and authority in this world to set up laws to force everyone to live under. Let's go. Hey, straight right here. One of the easy boys. Isaiah 10:01. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed." He writes grievous laws and makes everyone abide by them. And if they don't, what can they suffer? Death. Another one. Let's go. Psalms. What is that? 80. Let me think for a second. 94 and 16. 94 and 20, excuse me. Psalms 94 and 20. Shall the throne of iniquity, shall the throne of evil have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law. This man uses his law to do his evil. If you obey it, you know, you get a pat on the head. If you disobey it, and considering most of his laws are wicked, you find yourself trying to do the right thing, you go against him. Now what do you have on your hands? The so-called white man running up on you, right? This is how the image speaks, by way of the passing of these laws. And in this country, what system does it go through? Through the Senate. The same way that it went through the Senate in ancient Rome. If I go back to that Maccabees, it tells you what. Matter of fact, we're gonna have to go to that. Let me finish this and we'll go back. It says, verse 21, they gathered themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemned the innocent blood. But the Lord is mighty. Okay, good. Yep. So they use these laws to have excuse to get down on the innocents. Let me get this. Let me go back to that Maccabees and grab some. The government of this current empire, America, is modeled after that of ancient Rome, and it operates in the same fashion by way of what? The Senate. When the Senate, when it was time to go to war, who consulted? If it was a peace treaty, who consulted? The Senate. First Maccabee. This is how you break down what the image is and how the image speaks. Not a picture of a white fucking talking Jesus. Stop it. Tom Cadizel, who played Jesus in Passion of the Christ, is not the image of the beast. Although he's a part of it, a part of the religion, right? The fact that they show the so-called white man as the Messiah, but he himself is not, the image of the beast. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Hiring a white actor, y'all are crazy. Damn, man. First Maccabees 9:14, it says, yet for all of this, none of them wore a crown or was clothed in purple to be magnified thereby. Moreover, how that they had made for themselves a senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, consulting a way for the people, to the end they might be well ordered. And so in today's time, who goes out and executes these laws? The different governmental agencies, the police force, internationally, things like CIA, Central Intelligence Agency. They literally send out men to commit assassinations and coups and cause economic collapses of other countries and whatnot, right? Back inside the country domestically, DEA, FBI. These are the groups that enforce the laws. Still in verse 15 says, 16. And that they committed their government to one man every year, who ruled over all their country, and that they were all obedient to that one, and that there was neither envy nor emulation among them. Right. So, showing you how the government system that we have today was developed from ancient Rome, and it speaks in the same way by way of the laws, its administration, to which if you do not adhere to, the beast will come knocking at your door. Matter of fact, let me see if that's in Daniel. Right click. Let me get. Yep. Yeah, I want to get this. This is dealing with ancient Rome, right? Daniel 7:7. After this, I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. And so we just explained how it was diverse, because how it rules, not through one direct king being passed down, right, or a monarch, but through, a council of men ruling over. That's how. That's what made it diverse. And the 10 horns, Rome's 10 vassal states, right? Burgundians, Visigoths, Ostrogoths. There's 10. I have it on that list. I was trying to see if I can hit them all off the top of my head. Herueli, Lombards, about halfway. off top. And today, the 10 beasts became what? The EEC, European Economic Community, the original 10 European nations, right? That have now transformed into over 20. That is what Esau uses to enforce his power worldwide. And I brought up this verse because it showed you what? It devoured and break in pieces. So if you don't do what it commands of you, what? It devours and breaks you in pieces. You are invaded and destroyed in war. And that's how they subjugated the world. So whatever they was talking about in that IUIC video, man, stop it, man. That shit was, I'm talking about butt. So just coming back here, man. So this shit, man.
They gave that image the life of Christ. They didn't say, oh, this is Caesar Borgia and worship him. No, they said this is Jesus Christ. That's technology, there's science. Jump ahead, go ahead to just skip ahead, let me see something.
Today, in your hearing, the scriptures are fulfilled.
Oh, God. All right, cut that thing off. So when we go back to Revelation 13, this is how this image speaks.
So you see, he don't got no precepts for you. He can't connect the dots of America to Rome. He's just he's a half-cooked comedian. That has to be the weakest image of the beast breakdown on earth. So that's it, y'all, man. I just wanted y'all to, my Lord, man. These if you're under Nathaniel of IUIC and you still haven't woken up and smelled the coffee, ah, boy, be worried, dude. Be very worried. All right, with that, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakorash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Wa'akwa, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Shalom.